Witam w kolejnym odcinku Broken Sword. Rozwiązujemy dalej zagadkę z szachami. Kombinację już mam sprawdzoną, więc właśnie powinno zadziałać i działa.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos, missing for almost 700 years.
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The chalice is important, I'm sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger? She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Dobrze, gdzie można by się udać z tym kielichem? Możliwe, że warto by zajrzeć do muzeum, spytać Andrę, co sądzi o tym kielichu. Może coś będzie wiedział.
Hi, André. Hello, Georgie.
Georgie?
What do you make of this cup, André?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions.
Aha, i tyle?
What do you make of this cup, André?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your...
No,
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
no dobra. Niewiele nam to dało. Zabierzmy go może w takim razie do księdza. Może ksiądz nam coś powie. Bo na posterunek policji, no to chyba niekoniecznie.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur.
How pleasant to speak to you again.
What do you make of this chalice?
It certainly looks very old.
About as old as this church, I think.
There seems to be an engraving on it.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very careful.
That'd be very good of you.
This shouldn't take very long. Feel free to look around.
Okay, thanks.
No i fajnie, dobra.
I didn't have time to sit around.
Chciałem zabrać mu to coś, ale nie da się. Dobra. Zobaczmy sobie. O, tu coś jest.
Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. To think of the long centuries that it kept its secret. All the thousands of people who must have been through here and seen it without once suspecting. Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world, I guess. A knight there in the company of his fellows.
No,
Just
chyba
think,
już błyszczy. Zobaczmy,
there's a
dobra.
dead guy over there.
Czy nam wypolerował już?
Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure, monsieur.
What was the writing on the chalice?
It was not writing, my mistake. It was a coat of arms. The remarkable thing is that it seems very familiar.
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it on that wall tomb in the far corner. That winged horse is quite distinctive.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Is the right-hand window original?
Oui, monsieur.
You must be proud to have such an incredible collection of stained glass.
Pride is a sin, monsieur, but it is hard not to marvel when the light shines through them. It is a fine example of the artisan's genius.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Dobra, w rogu. No byliśmy przed chwilą tam.
Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniably the Pegasus of the De Vasconcelos family. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical references carved into the edge of the tomb. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel trap. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. After all, the De Vasconcelos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own. It was hard to believe it was the same chalice. Now the light gleamed off its perfect surface. Okay, let's have another look at those references. Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1:4-5, and just one more, Psalms 22:21. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence to me. I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own. The tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos. It had to be. I couldn't wait to tell the Countess. I'd have to find out what the chalice was for first, though.
Nie wiem, zapytajmy się może jeszcze raz księdza o ten kielich. Może będzie wiedział coś na temat tego grobowca.
Hello again, Father.
Czy cokolwiek nam powie jeszcze.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Boy, what a shine you...
Merci. It is all in the wrist action.
Aha,
Catch you later.
czyli nic nam nie powie nowego. Dobrze, to w takim razie nie pozostaje mi nic innego, jak po prostu wrócić do hrabiny i opowiedzieć o znalezisku. No bo co jeszcze możemy teraz zrobić z tym kielichem? No tutaj chyba nic. Przynajmniej nic mi nie przychodzi do głowy. Co, nie da się lecieć? No nie wierzę. To ciekawe. Co, jeszcze raz do muzeum? Co można z tym kielichem zrobić, no? Tutaj nie mam zbyt wielu możliwości.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
O, a tu coś nowego.
While I was in Syria, I discovered a strange pagan statue. It was like a head with 3 bearded faces. Horrible.
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Naval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now, a bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century...
You sure know your...
No dobra.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
Mamy nową wskazówkę, jednak nie dotyczy ona kielicha. Co z kielichem zrobić w tej chwili, to nie mam pojęcia. Skoro nie mogę się udać do Hiszpanii, to ja nie wiem, co mam z nim zrobić teraz. Ale może zbadajmy nowy trop. Tylko co to? A, tutaj. Dobrze, dobrze. Jest tu jakiś pan robotnik. Gadać z nim, czy iść w dół? Idziemy w dół. Jest pan strażnik. Dobra, rozejrzymy się na razie.
Yep, that was definitely debris. I couldn't see any use for a collection of dirt and half bricks. A dumpster with some debris. The doorway led to an old utility closet that had lost its door. There was nothing interesting in there. I couldn't imagine what I'd achieved by turning the dial. A thermostat was mounted over. The radiator was pumping out heat as the thermostat was cranked right over to full. No wonder it was warm in here, even with the door open to the chill of fall. I didn't think that the guard would just let me waltz past. Besides, I had a hunch that door was locked.
Dobra, to pogadajmy z tym gościem.
Hi? Excuse me? Oui?
Oui. Co można... Czy można pogadać? No nie wiem. Lecimy po kolei.
So, what exactly are you doing here?
I'm guarding. You expect to find me shearing sheep?
Take it easy. I just didn't realize you were a guard. I'd like to know what you're guarding, please.
That's a secret.
It wouldn't happen to be an archaeological site, would it?
Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling you.
Then why ask?
I had a feeling this was no normal hole in the ground. It sure is hot in here.
I have to have the door open to allow the workmen access, so why not? I turn the heat up.
You could wrap up warm.
I have my gloves if it gets cold, but why bother when it's warm anyway?
What do you know about the Knights Templar? There was a long pause during which the guard said nothing. Then he said,
Nothing.
Nothing at all?
Is this a test?
What, like a history pop test?
No, like a test.
Okay, yes, it's a test.
Then I know absolutely nothing about the Templars.
Dobra, chyba nie ma sensu z tym człowiekiem
Talk
gadać.
to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
There was a closed door with toilet scratched into the cheap veneer.
That door's locked, monsieur.
No widzę, że są zamknięte. Daj pan klucz albo coś.
Hi again.
What is it?
Trying to get into a locked washroom. I had the strongest feeling of déjà vu. I'd like to use the washroom, but the door's locked.
Oh, that's no problem. You can have the key.
Thanks. Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
No. Kluczami, dobra, kluczami już otwieraj, no. Co tu mamy? Kibelek.
Being in a charming comfort station like this made me think fondly of the toilet in Syria. That place was kept in pretty good order. At least, it had been until I vandalized it. Still, it was all for a good cause. I could have climbed onto the sink, prized the ventilator cover loose, wedged myself into the tiny hole, smashed the far cover out, and plunged headfirst into the next room. Or I could just go through the door like a sane person. I didn't want to use that unless I really had to.
O, coś tu jest. Mydełko można sobie zabrać. Można
The
odkręcić
cold
kran.
tap's washer looked to have failed. It was just dribbling down the sink. The cold tap's
Bez sensu. Dobra, mydło i klucz. Odciskamy sobie klucz w mydełku.
I made an impression of the big key in the cake of soap.
Zasypujemy proszkiem gipsem.
I carefully sprinkled the plaster into the soap mold I'd made of the key.
Trochę wody by się przydało. I podsuszyć to coś.
Well, it had taken a while, but I had made myself a completely unconvincing plaster key. Way too fragile to use in a lock. I'd have to substitute it for the real one. Trouble was, it looked like plaster and not metal. Then again, that plaster statue in Syria hadn't looked like stone until I'd been a bit artful with it. Maybe I could improve the key as well. No way.
Dobra, tak nie ulepszymy. Potrzebna będzie nam farba gościa, który stoi na zewnątrz.
Do you mind if I use the phone?
Be my guest. I'm paid to guard this door. The phone can look after itself.
Hi, Nico?
George, what have you discovered?
Nothing yet.
Nothing. Is something wrong?
No.
George, why are you calling me?
Oh, no reason. I just wanted to hear your voice.
You did? Well, this is my voice saying, don't bother me, I'm busy.
Oh.
Dobra, dobra. Nie mam
Hello,
wyjścia.
Nico. It's me.
What do you want?
Some ideas.
You're the man on the spot, George. I can't hold your hand all of the time. Au revoir.
I wouldn't mind if you held it at least some of the time.
No co jest z tą
I figured
panią?
I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
Hey, monsieur, don't go with my keys. What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
I should think so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Pah!
Excuse me, could you help me?
What is it?
I've got a few questions. You're doing a fine job.
Merci. I have my professional pride.
I don't think I've ever seen a Gauloise smoke.
It's a natural talent.
I'm being sarcastic.
I'm being indifferent.
You're very good at that as well.
Merci. Vive l'indifférence.
So, what are you doing here?
I am having my break.
Yeah, I mean when you finish your break.
When I finish my break, an interesting concept, monsieur.
You'll probably need to think about it.
I could have another cigarette while I consider. Perhaps tomorrow too?
I made this key out of plaster.
How thrilling! How clever! How pointless.
Okay, let me put things differently. What were you hired to do here?
I was hired to keep the archaeological dig in the basement of this building clear of debris, and to touch up damage to the door frames with my little pot of paint. It's a very responsible job. Unfortunately, I'm not a very responsible person.
So what do you know about the excavation?
I know they won't let me in to do my job. I would complain to my union, but là...
You couldn't be bothered to join.
Right. Tell you what, though. I'm surprised at the sort of people interested in this excavation.
What's unusual?
None of them look like archaeologists to me.
Do you know what an archaeologist looks like?
Three-piece suits, crocodile-eyed attaché cases, Rolex oyster.
But no archaeologist dresses like that.
Quite right, monsieur, quite right.
So, who are they?
Who cares as long as they pay me?
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
No i taka to robota, no i nic nie załatwiliśmy, nie wiadomo o co chodzi. Ma kubełek z farbą, który potrzebujemy, ale sobie stoi, no i tyle, no.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason. I figured I'd best not bother...
No i cóż mam tutaj zrobić?
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use the toilet again.
Again? Already?
I have this problem.
Never mind. Here's the key.
Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured I'd best not bother Nico again. There was a telephone on the phone.
Dobra, no co tu jeszcze można zrobić? No w zasadzie chyba nic. I to jest problem.
The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be... The thing felt really hot. Big demands seemed to be being made. Capacious as my pockets were, I didn't want any coal.
No nie, no nic nie poradzimy.
I turned the heating off.
No fajnie, że skręciliśmy ogrzewanie. To co w związku z tym? Panu się zrobiło chłodniej i założy rękawiczki. No w porządku, tylko co z tego?
I figured I'd best not... No. Trouble
No.
was, it looked like plastic.
Dobra, no nie da się. Nie da się podmienić.
What is it?
Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
No i co? I muszę wyjść z powrotem do tego typa i nie wiem, no. Dalej z nim rozmawiać. No nic innego tu nie ma.
Hey, you! Get away from my dumpster.
Hi, it's me again.
What now? A greasy tissue. Don't get it too close to my cigarette, monsieur, or there'll be a conflagration.
I was pretty sure the Shaken Shock had shot its bolt in Syria. Has a guy calling himself Merlin been nosing around?
Was he wearing a t-shirt with "My name is Merlin" on it?
I doubt it.
Then how the hell am I supposed to know his name just by looking at him? Huh?
Have you seen this man before?
Yes, he asked me a lot of questions, just like you.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes, it's a communion chalice. I know, you know, I used to be an altar boy.
You?
Yes, me. What's so funny about that?
Nothing. I have a red nose.
Imagine.
What does the word Templar suggest to you?
Templar?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Be seeing you.
Au revoir, monsieur.
No i wyczerpałem wszystkie możliwości rozmowy z tym kolesiem.
Oh, darn. I'd left my grappling hook at home. No way could I get up there.
Wyjść się stąd nie da.
I couldn't climb over.
Klucza do tego nie mogę wrzucić.
Hey, monsieur, get away from my paint pot.
Okay.
Bo
I
się
should think
ciska.
so. Meddling with a man's paint pot. Puh.
Hi, it's me.
What now?
No nic znowu.
Ładnie.
Dobra. No albo zadzwonimy do Niko, albo mnie tutaj szlak trafi.
Kular.
No teraz
Hi,
się
Nico.
dało.
It's me. I'm at the excavation site.
Hi, Georges. What's happening?
I'm at the excavation, but they won't let me in.
Damn. We need to know what's in there.
Don't worry. I've got a scheme. I'm going to need your help, though.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I want you to keep somebody on the phone for a while.
Who?
A painter. I need to get at his pot.
Oh, okay.
Stay on the line. I'll go and get him.
No i tak to, no tak to bywa. Czasami dialogami, czy tam czymś odpalamy
What
jakiś skrypt i...
You've got a phone call.
For me? Are you certain?
It's a woman. She sounded hot.
What woman? You must be mistaken, monsieur.
Well, she asked for that hunk of a man with the nicotine fingers in his ass hanging out of his pants.
Certainly sounds like me. Stand back. It wouldn't do to keep the lady from her hunk.
No i nigdy nie wiadomo, co tak naprawdę odpala te skrypty. No ale dobra. Grunt, że się udało. Szuru do farby. No i git. No i gitara.
Well, monsieur, what a strange woman. She was all over me, and then suddenly, nothing but abuse.
Really?
Why, abuse? Ah well, I have a cigarette to finish. And monsieur, if she calls again, I am not available.
Hi again.
What is it?
I need to use...
Again?
I have this problem.
Never mind. Here's the key.
Hey, smart. Why don't I just tell him that I'm... Talk to you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I figured this was better done out of the... Quickly and without fuss, I swapped the fake key for the real thing.
Dobra, teraz kolejne zadanie. Jak się pozbyć tego gościa stąd? Jednego się pozbyliśmy przy
I figured
farbie.
I'd best not bother Nico again until I'd got a good reason.
Temu gościu oddamy te klucze.
What is it?
I held my breath and hoped that he wouldn't notice the substitution. Here's the keys. Thanks.
Merci, monsieur.
No i fajnie, tylko co dalej?
Hi, Nico. It's me again.
I'd guessed. What do you want this time?
What did you say to the painter?
I shan't repeat it, Josh.
Look, I need to get the guard out of the way. Could you call back and ask him to get the painter again?
Okay, I'll call back soon.
This looked like a good place to watch things develop.
Hey, you! It's the phone.
Yeah? Who is it?
How should I know? What am I, your social secretary?
It's not a chick, is it?
Yes, it's a woman. Are you going to answer it?
Does she have a warm, sensual voice like molten chocolate?
Yes, she has a really sexy voice. Now get a move on.
I'm not talking to her.
I can see that. You're wasting time talking to me.
No, you don't understand. I refuse to talk to her.
You refuse. You refuse. I'm wasting valuable time.
Don't make me laugh. Your time valuable? You just stand around all day.
I have a highly responsible job. Pah! Don't pah me, you elephantine oaf. My job is important.
Impossible. They would have hired somebody competent in that case.
Meaning what?
Instead of which they hired a dismal rent-a-cop like you. All epaulettes and no brains.
Why, you...
This looked set to carry on for some time. It was too good an opportunity to miss.
Dobra, i lecimy w takim razie dalej. Zobaczmy, cóż jest za drzwiami. O, mam jakiś posąg. Czym tu zejść?
Close up, the pattern didn't make any sort of sense. It fanned out around an axis point, a kind of focus to one side.
Dobra. Wiemy, że to o kielich chodzi przecież. Bo nie mamy nic innego.
And there it was, decoded by the curves of the chalice, the image of a church.
I found out what the chalice was for.
You've solved the puzzle?
Yeah, there was a distorted picture at the Baphomet site. When I viewed it in the polished surface of the chalice, it changed.
What did it show?
A picture of a church with a square tower. Look at the chalice now, Nico.
What happened? It's shiny.
The priest at Montfaucon buffed it up for me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, looks as good as new.
No. You found a use for a priest. That's incredible.
I guess I'd better return the chalice to the Countess.
Hurry back, George.
No to wygląda na to, że czeka nas znowu wycieczka do Hiszpanii w takim razie. Skoro rozwikłaliśmy zagadkę kielicha, będziemy zasuwać do Hiszpanii, ale to w następnym odcinku. Także na razie, cześć.